Did you figure out this week's trivia question? Well, the answer is B, your brain. It's about 80% water. Hi, welcome back. It's time for our Eat Well, Live Well segment. I understand the chef has a fresh and tasty shrimp salad recipe. Let's check it out.
Well, we're back in our kitchen here again today, and we're going to be making a lovely shrimp salad. This is something that makes its way into my household in a number of different ways. It's either a salad that we have for lunch or maybe for dinner, or I make a larger version of this for the entire family to share, perhaps on a Sunday afternoon while we're barbecuing outside. So see how this works into your life, but it's really simple to make. The first thing we're going to take is some U16 shrimp, and you'll see that written on bags of shrimp, and you probably wondered, what does that mean? Well, in this case, U16 is the size of the shrimp, so there are under 16 of these to a pound. So 16 to 21 to a pound. U8s obviously then under 8 to a pound, so they then get larger. That way you know how big the shrimp are going to be when you buy them in the packet at the store. So we've got about a pound and a half here of the U16 shrimps, and they're going to be the base for our meal today. I've also got some lovely corn. If you don't find fresh corn around at the moment, you can use the frozen corn, but when you thaw that, make sure as well that you put it into a colander, something that excess water and liquid can drain out of the corn before you put it into the salad. Otherwise, you're going to have a very, very wet looking salad. So I've got some corn here. I'm going to throw that in with the shrimp. I'm also going to take some cilantro here. We're quickly going to chop that up and mix that in with the shrimp. Now, these components to the dish you can make ahead of time as long as you don't mix the three base items together. And the three base items are our shrimp salad, the vinaigrette, and the actual lettuce leaves themselves for the salad. So make these ahead of time, don't mix them together. We've also got half a red onion over here, and I'll pop that in there. There we go, just mix that all together. And then that'll just get some of those flavors in here working together, and they'll slowly start to flavor each other as they go. Some of the cilantro will land up on the shrimp and the onions. Everything kind of marries together, and that's what we want to do. Now, the reason why I say don't put the vinaigrette in here ahead of time, you can probably put it on about an hour or so before you're going to serve it, but not much before that. There is an acid in the vinegar, and the acid will cook the shrimp even more. So these shrimp are cooked already and ready to go, and if you add an acid to it, it will start to become more and more tough. So we'll let this sit over here, or if you're going to take your time, put it in the fridge, let it sit in the refrigerator, and we're going to continue to make our vinaigrette now for our salad. Got some garlic here. We're just going to remove the skin from the outside of the garlic. Go. Chop that up really nice and small, because in our vinaigrette, in our salad dressing, you don't want to land up with a nice big piece of garlic. You want the flavors of the garlic to come out into the oil, but not to be too large. I've got a shallot here as well. You can either use a shallot like this, or as we have red onion in here, continue to use the red onion as well in the vinaigrette. And we're just going to chop that up. So make little incisions down the side of the shallot like that. Then there we go, up the middle like that. And then chop this as small as you possibly can, because you really want to incorporate this into the salad dressing. So the smaller you make this, the easier this will mix up into the salad dressing. There we go. And then just take your knife again, run it all the way through the ingredients. Make sure that they're all nice and small and even. There we go. And then we'll go into our salad bowl, or into our dressing bowl right over here. There we go. The other ingredients that we're going to be using for our salad today, I've got some red wine vinegar. Pour a little bit of that in there. Some more cilantro. Love the flavor of cilantro. What you can do as well, I see people often take just the leaves of the cilantro and then leave the stems. I do like to use the stems a little bit as well. There's a lot of flavor. Just make sure you remove any of the dead parts. Cut the end away just like that. And then very, very finely with a knife, kind of treat them like you would chives. Very, very thin like that. And again, mix that in with the salad. There's a lot of flavor in the stems of the cilantro, and you can really utilize them. Don't throw them away. A little bit of our cilantro here, chop the tops. There we go. Nice rough, rustic chop on that. Put that into our salad mix here, into our vinaigrette mix. There we go. A little bit of salt and pepper. You always need seasoning in your vinaigrettes. And then we're going to start to emulsify our dressing here. Got a little bit of oil, and then slowly just incorporate the ingredients and add the olive oil as you go. You want to make sure that you don't add the oil too quickly. You want to add that in stages as you go. You can also make this in a blender as well if you like. You don't have to do this by hand. As I go along at this point, I can actually start to add more of the oil more rapidly. And you can see that the oil is actually emulsified in with the components of the salad dressing. There you go, that looks about ready. We'll taste it quickly, make sure that our seasoning is good. Nice and fresh and light, a little bit more salt. There we go, mix that in. And we're ready now to bring all of our ingredients together. Take the vinaigrette, pour it over the top of the shrimp. There we go, you can keep a little bit of it aside. Don't feel that you have to use all of it. Mix together what you think is right for what you need. Really mix that all together. And then I'm going to take the shrimp and then just put them over the top of the salad. Making sure that we get lots of the corn as well. Beautiful. As I said, in this application right now, this would be a great dish for the family to get together. Maybe you're sitting around the pool, maybe you're barbecuing outside, or it's a Sunday lunch around the family table. There we go. A few more of the shrimp on top so that it really highlights that you've got beautiful shrimp in there. But there we have it, a lovely, light, easy to make salad. It took us a couple of minutes to get together. I know that this is something that you can do at home, and hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as we do.
If you missed jotting this recipe down or you want to see it again, you can catch it on our show's website, yourlifetv.com. We'll be right back. Next on Your Life, a close-up look at cats and osteoarthritis.